really to do that much with gaming. I think maybe they made that choice. So this week has been a little bit slow, but there has been some rather big news. I'd say earlier this week, news broke that Microsoft and Mojang were talking about a deal for that Microsoft would buy Mojang for $2 billion. It was the Wall Street Journal who broke the news. They quoted one source. Later, Bloomberg came out quoting 3 sources, all saying the same thing, basically, that this was a deal initiated by Notch and Mojang to find a new owner of the studio. And nothing has been confirmed. There's been no comments made from Microsoft nor Mojang officially, but it's certainly, but there's also been no denials or refutes, anything in saying that this is not true. So you have to say that there's probably something going on, some sort of negotiation, and how close there are to an actual deal, I guess we'll find out soon.
Like it sounds like quite reliable sources, like Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg.
Yes.
But what do you think? Do you think this is true?
You know what? I think that the initial thing that probably most people said would be like, why? I mean, they're doing great. They are the epitome of indie. And why would they want to sell off the company to Microsoft? It doesn't make any sense. But over the last year, we've been sort of hearing rumors. We've been sort of, hearing hints that perhaps Notch wants an exit. He wants to stop, doing business.
He wants to do something else.
He wants to focus on smaller projects and his own things, and just the weight of running a company that is as big as Mojang is perhaps not his idea of fun or what he wants to do. And of course, seeing as Mojang really doesn't, they're self-sufficient, but of course if Notch was to exit, he would want to get paid for what the company that he's built. That's only natural. I mean, I don't think he's interested in being sort of a silent partner and just bankrolling the company. So Microsoft has been a partner of Mojang's for at least 3 years, I think, working on they've been publishing the Xbox 360 and now Xbox One versions of the game, and they've had a good relationship. So it's not surprising that if and I think that the way Notch looks at it, rather than selling to Tencent or Nexon or some Asian free-to-play investors, he wants to set up so that Mojang and the people, his friends at the studio, have an owner that they sort of are familiar with and that they know what they're getting.
What do you think that's gonna mean? We just had the game come out on PS4, but what do you think that's gonna mean for the Vita version that's supposedly coming out soon?
First of all, there's no deal signed yet, so let's cross that water first. If this gets signed, if it's then, but then also these are deals that have been signed between Sony and Mojang. It would be, for Microsoft, it would be losing money in 2 ways. First of all, they would have to sort of get out of that deal, which probably would cost them money. Secondly, they would lose the income from that game that is already sort of almost finished in development, and why wouldn't they want to take the income that will inevitably come from that? So it depends on how much good money Microsoft want to throw after hurting Sony in a way that maybe doesn't even hurt them significantly. So that's going to be a business decision. I would assume that what I would expect is that they will follow through on any deals they have, possibly stopping updates on the PS4, PS3 versions of Minecraft. I can see that happening perhaps, but probably not straight away. So it's You know, Minecraft is a weird thing to buy for a company like Microsoft because it's not really a game that they can handle. Like they bought up the Gears of War's license. It's not like that license at all. You know, Minecraft is out there. It's a game that's going to continue to sell a lot. They're going to have to put it out on new platforms all the time because, you know, people want to play Minecraft on their
it's
mobiles,
also on iOS
on their,
and, you know, like mobile platforms that are
absolutely. And I don't think that they're going to remove it from there and make it a Windows Phone exclusive. You know, there's just too much money that comes from it. So
it would also piss off a lot of people.
Yes. And you know, the beauty of Mojang, of course, is that it's a small company. So the operating profit of running Minecraft is very, very big. Like, you know, there's a lot of cash that would come in. It's a high profit margin operation. So that means that, you know, probably you know, even though they want to do some changes, I'm not sure that they're going to make too many changes straight away. Then of course, like, because it you know, it does sort of come with the territory. What would Microsoft want to do with the license? You know, I don't think that Mojang would necessarily do a Minecraft 2, but I could see Microsoft looking in that direction just to make sure that, you know, just to get something when the sort of the curve of Minecraft sales might start to dip. You want to get a sequel out there to sort of refresh things, and you should also not sort of dismiss the merchandising potential of Minecraft. I don't really know how much money they pull in for, like, you know, merchandising things, but there's a lot of potential there.
And there is a lot of stuff in towards Minecraft products.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, there is. It's not Angry Birds levels, but there is a lot there, and that is also certainly something that I'm sure Microsoft are interested in, because yeah, I mean, it's like this. I don't think there's a single big player in the gaming industry that would not like to buy Minecraft. It's like, it's a no-brainer. Everybody wants to buy it. So, you know, I'm sure that the 2 billion sum is something they've settled on. But, you know, I think that if you looked across all possibilities, I'm sure that it could be even more money than that in this, because you know, it's you know, it's sold 54 millions, and it's, you know, it's still selling a ton. And you know, just the fact that there were tremors on PSN when Minecraft hit PS4 is sort of evidence that it's a big deal still, and it will continue to be that. I cannot imagine that Minecraft wouldn't be a big thing in 10 years. You know, I think it's got that sort of staying power, and people want to continue to play it, and they want to play it on new platforms. They want to get the updates. They want to see what's new, and so on and so forth. So you know, it is certainly something that's you know, interesting. And you should also realize that if you look at every game that Microsoft Game Studios have put out over the last 3 years, nothing comes even close to the sales of Minecraft. And and I think that from Microsoft perspective, it would be very scary not to have control over Minecraft, and perhaps someone else would buy it and you don't know what's going to happen. So in that way, it also makes sense to sort of shore up that they can at least have what they have today and make money of it.
All right, let's jump to the next news story. That's the one I think everyone really wants to talk about. It just
really.
Well, unless you're an Apple guy, maybe. But so we just got the news a few hours ago. GTA is, of course, we knew it was coming for the next-gen consoles and PC, but we got dates and we got a trailer. So I'll try to find the trailer. And can you elaborate for people who don't know?
Yes, I think it was just an hour ago or something, or maybe 2 hours ago, that Rockstar announced that the release dates for GTA 5 on new-gen consoles and PC, they've been set in stone, and The good news is that we are getting PS4 and Xbox One on November 18th, which is sort of like when we expected them to hit. The bad news is that the PC version will follow on January 27th next year. So I'm sorry to say that our tortured GTA fans on PC will have to wait a little longer. There's been a lot of false starts, but hopefully, fingers crossed, January 27th is now going to be the date that is when it actually hits, and I think so. I can't imagine anything else. They also confirmed some of the details that were leaked about what's going to be improvements on the game that exists on PS3 and Xbox 360. So it's pretty much stuff that you'd expect. There's going to be new weapons, new vehicles, new activities, more wildlife, denser traffic. There's a new system for foliage, so the nature parts will look a little bit better, hopefully. And there's enhanced damage and weather effects. And then the radio stations have been populated with 100 new songs. And there's remixes of the DJ talks and probably additional DJ talks as well. Up to 30 players now online with GTA Online, and there's a bunch of little details on the bonuses that you'll get for upgrading from an existing account to PC, PS4, and Xbox One. You'll get cash rewards and things like that. So,
but you only get in-game cash. There's no like discount if you've bought a previous version.
There was no mention of a discount, so I don't think there is any discount.
I mean, they don't really need to do it, but I just feel like I don't. We'll see. I want to play the online more, but I'm not sure I want to pay like full price for the game. I think it's also like
I think when you see a discount is when you have something like Destiny, where they release a new game and they know that a lot of people don't have the new gen console yet, and they want people to buy it on the old gen now, and then when they're probably going to get a new gen pretty soon, they don't lose anything by that, and that way you don't have people waiting to buy the game. I think for GTA, it just they'll get people to pay full price, and they don't have to worry about it so much. So and it is an upgraded version, so you are getting something that's a little bit better. And I think a lot of people, just what the original game offered will feel like, it probably contained twice as much good stuff as your normal purchase, so it doesn't feel out of place to pay twice for it. Then again, some people may not, so we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I think that if you're playing a lot of GTA Online, it will probably make a lot of sense to buy it again. If you feel like you're done with the main story and you played it and that's it, then you're not going to get the new versions anyway.
You can move over your online progress, but there's no moving over of your single player save. So if you're like halfway through and you get the new version, then you have to start over. On that.
I think it's still nice that they have the transfer of the online progress regardless of system, which is something that's actually well thought through. But yeah, you're right. There's no cross save or anything like that. And then that would only be across from PS3 to PS4.
I think that would give me a bigger incentive to buy the new game.
Yeah.
That I like the story and stuff, but I don't know, like I don't want to touch the single player again if I have to, like, you have to go through a lot of tutorial-ish stuff to get to do anything really, and yeah.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. I guess it's just technically difficult.
Probably, yeah.
You have to sort of have that in place when you start designing the game. But yeah, I mean, it's good to know the dates. It's good when that week is going to be insane. Around November 18th, because that is when that's that's the last day you can have before Black Friday in the US. So there's certainly a lot of big games coming out around that time. I think.
Is that when Assassin's Creed is coming out as well?
Yeah, I think Assassin's Creed is November 11th or something like that. And you got Dragon Age Inquisition on November 18th, I think. You got The Crew around that time as well.
Far Cry is around there?
And of course...
Far Cry is around there?
Yeah, Far Cry is actually November 18th, I think. And, you know, and before that, of course, you have Halo and Call of Duty. I think Little Big Planet is also November 18th or 20th or something. So, I mean, this is pretty much the final cutoff if you want to be along for the holiday season. So, yeah. And of course, GTA 5 is going to take away a lot of money for the other players around that date because you know, it is that kind of game that people will buy before they buy anything else.
And they'll buy it again, maybe, before they buy anything else.
They will buy it again. And you know, yeah. And, you know, and I think, like, if you look to the future, you know, we haven't heard anything about any expansions or anything like that, but it's kind of hard to imagine that they wouldn't do that. And you have to assume that the focus of those expansions is going to be towards PC and next gen, new gen, just because, of course, they're probably going to hit the old gen as well, but now they've progressed the engine up, you know, they're probably going to build with that as the basis and then downgrade for old gen when they do expansions. But, you know, when those are going to come, we have no idea.
So what are you most looking forward to about this? Like, what is it that would make you buy it? And do you think you'll jump in on this? Yeah?
Me? For me, I think it's probably just the fact that I'm on new gen now. I don't really play anything on the old gen. So if I want to play GTA 5 now, I would probably, you know, I'm a lazy person.
Yeah, I'm the same way. But do you think you'll jump back into GTA 5?
I think for me, like personally, the way I am, I play a lot of new games all the time, and I'll probably be more inclined to play Far Cry 4 around that date. So it depends a little bit on how slow January is for me, or December. Like if I'm getting into GTA again, because that's when you have a little bit of a gap. So I don't know. I don't think that any of the features that they've added, I think that's mostly superficial stuff. I'm sure the sandbox will be more fun to play around with because it's going to be more dense. But at the same time, it's like this is pretty much the same game. It's not like they're changing it around a lot. A lot of these things, I feel, cater to those who have already spent, you know, 20, 30, 50 hours in this world, because these are little tweaks, little changes that will sort of, you know, will make it, you know, okay to maybe spend another 20, 30, 50 hours in there. You know, little things like that, but it's not sort of one big thing that will say like, oh yeah, I need to jump back in. This is for the ones that are already hooked, you know, or already deeply into it. They will feel these changes and they will appreciate them.
For sure, it's made for the fans. All right, next thing on the list for today, Destiny launched.
Yes.
In case you didn't notice.
You may have noticed something on GRTV this week. We've been playing this game, and yeah. So of course, Destiny, big deal. You're probably waiting for reviews. That is always a problem with a game that is online focused. That you really need to play it with the servers online, and
I'm waiting for the raids.
And judge it for that. I think we have something coming up this weekend. I think most of the Gamereactor sites have something planned in terms of review, maybe next week. one of the problems, of course, being that the first raid doesn't hit until September 16th, actually. So it's kind of hard to gauge the end game of a game when the end game isn't there.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people has hit level
that
20 and is starting that thing where it's a different level up system after that point. But there's still many people who haven't gotten to that part, and you sort of need to experience that and get some time in you know, in the Vanguard and Crucible, where you see how that rotates every week and all that stuff before you can proper judge it.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying about the rotation is very interesting, because it makes it a little bit difficult to sort of review, because, you know, that there's this big event this weekend, the Salvage playlist, and these are things that are going to happen all the time, and I think Bungie are they've detailed some of the live events. Let's roll out the news like I thought I would.
Okay.
First of all, launch day was a big deal. Activision and Bungie sent out this press release that they sold in more than 500 million worth of Destiny in retail stores and first parties.
But that's not selling to consumers. That's selling to shops, right?
No, and of course you can't put out a press release on that day stating exactly how many people, because, you know, those numbers are still being counted. But it is a good indication of the size of the impact of Destiny, which is huge for a new game.
Yeah, GameStop said it was the biggest pre-order of a new IP ever as well.
New IP. Yeah. And you know, it's been hard. It's been very difficult not to notice the launch. Let's put it like that. But yeah, it doesn't say that it's sold to consumers. Even though I'd say pre-orders and digital versions mean that you probably get, like, there's not that big a difference between what you sell in and what you actually sold these days. But they also included another part of it, which was first parties, which I believe is that they count all the copies of Destiny that have been bundled with PlayStation 4 and that are in stores now, and that is a few more than just. And those are of course still in stores, and you can still get that, so it's not that limited. But if, you know, 500 million roughly. Like if we say an average price, because they had some very expensive limited editions, you know, we're talking about maybe 6-7 million copies of it. That is incredibly impressive, any way you look at it, because, you know, there's no point in selling more than, you know, a couple of million extra into stores. That doesn't happen. So they have sold a lot, and it's probably in line to, you know, become their, you know, second most important franchise, possibly after Call of Duty. So
yeah,
that's big.
I guess we'll see over time. I mean, there could be potential that this could be the sort of game that could take over Call of Duty as well, I guess.
I mean, the business model is still very much the same as with Call of Duty, in that it's a boxed game, and you probably gonna see paid for DLC, much like the map packs. So it's not like it's gonna, you know, it's not like World of Warcraft, where, you know, it has so much other income coming in that it's gonna steamroll Call of Duty. But you know, I can see Call of Duty maybe decreasing a little bit in importance, and Destiny going up and being a little bit bigger, and then maybe they'll meet, you know, somewhere in the middle. Who knows? Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, today Bungie also outlined the upcoming events in Destiny, and this is something that I feel is very. I touched on it before. I feel it's very different and very interesting, and this is, you know, if you know, because I think people have been running through some of the content this first week. Some people already at the max level. Some people feeling like, you know, okay, is this all there is? But what they really want to do is to have this thing where the game changes.
But also when you say
lot.
max level, that's the normal leveling, because then you can level up in a different way after that.
Yeah. I think you have to be level 26 for the raid. So I don't know if you can level up beyond that, but that's, you know, I think that is probably where the max you can reach now. But I don't know. I'm not there yet. So anyway, this weekend they have the salvage Crucible weekend playlist that lets you play 3-on-3 in an objective mode, and of course there's new rewards for that, all that kind of stuff. Probably a good place to level up ahead of September 16th, Vault of Glass, the first raid, where you know, this is the thing that there was a lot of talk about beforehand, where 6 players team up. You can only team up with friends. There's no matchmaking here, and you're gonna have to. This is gonna be the greatest challenge of the game to complete.
You could also go to the tower, the sort of hub world, and just like, it's probably gonna be hard, but you could try to convince people there. Let's do a raid together. So it's not that you technically need to be
of course
friends,
you can.
but you need to find a group of 6 people yourself. There's no matchmaking.
Yeah. And of course, there's a lot of activity on the BungieNet site with the clans and stuff, where people are already trying to pull together a good team for this. You know, I don't think it is an interesting max size, because obviously with 6, how do you go about that? It's a little bit more than that. You can always be sure that all 6 people will show up. But it's not a big group that you can have sort of reserves in there as well. So you know, it's going to be interesting to see how players sort of adapt to that. Beyond that, we have 2 more events in September. Combined Arms has been described as Pilot the Machines of War. Not quite sure what that means. And something called the Queen's Wrath. Accept her orders, settle all scores. I don't know if that's a strike mission, but I'm sure one of them is. And then in October, you got the Iron Banner coming, that I'm sure people are very excited about. But in addition to this, and I think this is pretty nice, is that they're also going to change some of this sort of in-game stuff. There's going to be strange characters coming to the tower who've got special offerings. There's going to be more public events, more frequent ones in favorite destinations, and you know, there's going to be more of these sort of live little events that you know. I think this is something that Destiny needs. I think that you know, people have not played the game, and maybe it feels a little bit sterile at times, and these kind of little things that'll mix things up a little bit. I think that is certainly something that would be nice, and you know, just the fact that maybe you're not playing every night, but if you're playing every other week, you're gonna see new stuff happening in places that you've been before, and that is, I think that is something that really appeals to me, and where you know, some of the criticism that Destiny has been getting is that it feels a little bit old. And this is something that where they can make it feel even more sort of new and fresh.
I feel like there's already a lot of stuff that like looks like things will happen. There's characters in the tower where you can pledge allegiance to different groups and get something out of that, which I don't really understand what is yet. And then the whole thing hitting level 20, and then you need to earn a lot of Crucible or Vanguard points to really get like proper gear, sort of like when you play Diablo, where when you hit the max level, that's when you sort of start getting the gear you need, and you need really good gear to do the raids that are then coming. So in that way, for me, it's a lot like Diablo, that you're probably going to need to grind some things to get better gear, and then do that to use that in the raids.
I just want to pop in here because you mentioned the raids. So maybe, Nick, you want to talk about what we are planning to do next Tuesday?
Well, Thursday, yes.
So the raid Thursday, sorry, yes.
Yeah, the raid is coming out Tuesday, and we're trying to set up that we're going to play the raid that is coming out, a group of Gamereactor editors. So yeah, that is the plan for Thursday next week.
just need to level up. But yeah, it's interesting, and of course we don't really know how big a challenge that is. There's been a lot of talk, but hopefully it's something that can fit within one session here on GR Live. We'll know. But yeah, and like I said, I mean, we're talking about the little updates now. This is like the live events, the stuff that they'll continuously put out. We don't know anything about the DLC yet, and I assume that that's going to be new planets and stuff like that. But there's been no details yet, so we'll see where the game expands, and hopefully we'll learn something. I mean, I think it's the kind of game where you want big DLC drops, not too seldom, like maybe one a quarter or something like that would be nice. So we'll see what kind of plans they have for that, and of course the pricing and all that. But I'm dying to know what kind of plans they have for that, and the scope of the DLC and what that will be, because we actually know what the price will be, because people who bought the digital edition with the extras got I think for additional 50% up on the price, or 40, you got 2 DLCs. So they need to be pretty big.
I think that was the same that was in the limited edition, right? The box limited edition.
Yeah. You get the 2 first DLCs as part of that, and you pay quite a premium for it, so it needs to be something substantial. But yeah, very interested to see where that goes. But I think that's it for our Destiny talk. We've talked enough about this.
So next thing on the list, PSP store to close in Europe.
Yeah. Does anyone still play PSP?
I've played a couple PSP games on my Vita, but not really even that.
That's not going to be affected. That's not going to be affected by this. You're going to be able to continue to do that. No problems. It's just the PSP specific store that they're closing down, and I think the reason is probably because no one buys anything there anymore.
Like, they should push the Vita anyway. Like, if you want a handheld, buy a Vita, a Sony handheld.
Yeah. Of course, games that you have purchased, you can still download them from a list, and it doesn't really affect the games you've downloaded. So it's more or less a thing where it's just the PSP online store was a little bit of an afterthought on PSP, but now they're closing it down, and I don't really. I think that the reason for this is probably because no one really uses it anymore. If people were still using it, it's not something that costs Sony a lot to keep alive. So it's probably just it's dead. Let's bury it and give it a proper funeral. And like you say, I do hope that people realize that the PS Vita is a good system, because it really is, and then you can play, I don't know, I wouldn't say all PSP titles on it, but you can play a good selection of PSP
and PS1 classics as well. There's a lot of those.
Yes, and that it's a nice little handheld system, and but that said, I mean, the PSP is often seen as a pretty unsuccessful console, but it has sold a lot, and the Vita is nowhere near selling those.
The PSP sold like if you look on the numbers, it sold quite a bit of units.
I mean, I think the worldwide total for PSP is something like 80 million. That's not too shabby, and it did really, really well in Japan. So. PS Vita has some catching up to do.
All right, new Total War title to be announced next month.
Yes, the lads at Creative Assembly are getting ready to announce a new Total War game at the EGX show in the UK on September 25th. So as you may know, their last game was Rome 2, and they have been making sequels for, I'd say, now they've made sequels for all their most successful Total War games: Medieval, Rome, and Shogun. So the question is it a sequel or is it something else?
Could you see them go like next-gen consoles or something?
No. This is not gonna be. This is
no
gonna be
curveballs. No curveballs. No surprises.
No. I doubt that very much. I think this is. I'd be extremely surprised if that was the case. I don't really think it's the main Total War series doesn't really fit on anything but PC, in my opinion. Maybe they will do some spin-off again. They have done in the past. I could certainly see that. But of course, the console team at the Creative Assembly have been working on Alien for a very long time now, and that is coming out. And I don't think it's them that they've been busy doing that. So I don't think it's a console title. But there are a lot of sort of unturned stones. You could see them going into something of a closer scenario, maybe World War I, maybe American Civil War, things like that. Certainly potential. I think that the only game that I could think of that I'd say they make another that they do a sequel for would be Empire, or maybe it's time for Medieval 3 already. It's been a while since.
But do you think it's going to be a sequel, not a new one in the Total War series?
It could, I think it could certainly be something new as well. But I don't know. I mean, in a way, I think it's probably more likely that it's something new because they have sort of done sequels to all the most popular games they've done, Rome, Medieval, and
Shogun. Yeah.
And Shogun. So this really, I mean, I don't think they would do a sequel to Napoleon. And Empire is not as easy and sell as those other games. So yeah, why not a new one? It could also be something where they look at something from a different angle, that time period they already done. But I mean, the thing with the Total War series is that it's mainly focused on sort of melee combat and then projectiles. They have done in some cases, but it would be very interesting to see them go into something that was way more based on gunpowder. That is something that I don't know if they can handle that, but it would be cool if they did something like the Civil War or even World War I. But I think World War I also has a lot of other problems with it when it comes to how the battlefields looked, and the fact that Total War games typically revolve a lot around how you form your troops and how they move.
Like as groups. Yeah.
Trench war isn't really, that kind of thing. But we'll see. I think it's interesting. It's a series that they have their fans, and they've kept a very high quality over the years. So regardless of what it is, and I think I would be more excited if it is something a little bit new, something a little bit different. We're looking forward to it.
Let's go to the next one. Oculus Rift is going for a soft launch maybe in April next year.
Yeah. So this is a story that broke today. Sources close to TechRadar have suggested that Oculus are planning on releasing the VR headset via a public beta that could land as early as April of next year. Something akin to Google Glass soft launch would be the idea with that. As you know, I mean, for me, it's like you know, soft launch. Isn't that what they're doing with the dev kits? but then again, you know, the inevitable launch of a consumer product may require you know, something similar, where you sort of roll it out slowly and you get, you know, you don't really beat the big drum. We also read that here that you know, there will be significant improvements over the 1080p displays and higher refresh rates. All these things that are, you know, designed to make you know, there are still some sort of issues with when you put on an Oculus. You know, that it's not really like you're looking at real world. There is some blur. There is some things that are still left in there. So certainly better displays and refresh rates would help those issues. So you know, it's going to be interesting. And you know, news also broke that they're looking at $200 to $400 price range for it. That's a very sort of wide range, I'd say. But the good news is that $400 would be the top price. You know, I think if it's $200, I think we could be looking at a massive success. At the same time, would they then put all the best stuff in there?
But it's also like it really needs. That was one of the things they talked about when we interviewed them at Gamescom. That it's very important that the experience people get the first couple of times with Oculus is a good one, because if it's not, then people are gonna, you know, write the whole thing off. And they were worried about that with other people doing VR. I think they were positive on Sony's one, but if you know, smaller companies, other people come out and try to do one, and people try that first, that could really ruin the whole VR thing for everyone else.
Yeah. So I'd rather see them go for a more expensive model where it's actually all the stuff that's cutting edge. But you know, we are still sort of left in the dark on. And I think that you know, even though they may have plans like this, I think that everything is still dependent on where the product is at. They still have some things that they are working on where they need to find solutions, and you know, but if we start hearing them talking about an actual month when they feel comfortable releasing something, that is interesting, because that would mean that they're probably very close to a product that they feel is of high enough quality that they can launch it publicly.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when it actually comes out. I think it's a very different experience. I'm definitely enjoying going to shows and trying it, and you have people who help you put it on and help you play and give you a Coke afterwards, and like, it's all a very nice experience. Where if you have to do it yourself and make sure everything works and all that stuff, that's going to be different to see how that works at home.
Strap yourself into your chair. That's the first thing. Then strap on the headset. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think there are some things that they need to sort, and just in terms of like practical things with the headset that needs to be, you know, they need to work on some of those issues where you have to sort of assume that people are going to do things wrong, you know, put it on wrong or not tighten it enough. You know, they need to make those things foolproof, because if they're not, then it's just as bad as people putting on a poor VR headset. If you're getting a bad experience because you're not doing it right, then they need to design something so that you can't do it wrong. They need to do that, and that's actually the case with any VR device that I've tried. Is, you know, I'm pretty much 100% that I would not be able to put it on the right way.
That is what I meant. Like, I really like that there's someone there to help me get that experience, and they can like ask, does it look like this?
So
and I can
come with the person.
Tell them it, but I'm not sure yet that I want this at home, because you know, it's a lot of money, but also I need to understand and know how to do things that I'm not sure about.
Yeah, I just want to jump quickly in on this with a little story from E3.
Yes, it is a lot of money, but
interrupt you, Bengt.
If it's around, if it's around $300, it's also something that I could buy just to sort of.
Bengt, Dóri would like to jump in. You of course can't hear him because the mic is over here near me. So, Dóri, what do you want to say?
You were talking about the problems of actually putting on the VR headset. When we were testing out Valkyrie, me and Gillen at E3, I think they said about 100 times, use your left hand to put it on. Because on the right side, there's a button that resets it, and it takes like half an hour to resync it with the computer. I was like, use your left hand, and I of course put it on with the right hand, but thankfully missed the button. But yeah, there should be like a mechanical arm that and puts it on for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the future holodeck, I'm sure there will be, but we're not quite there.
Yeah, we'll ask them next time. When is the holodeck done? All right, let's jump to the next news story. We only have 12 minutes left. Kojima has got some news for us.
Yeah, he's such a tease, isn't he?
He is, indeed.
He tweeted an image of something called Metal Gear Collection 2014. Nothing more than that, just an image of that. Of course, he's gonna go on stage at Tokyo Game Show next week. So maybe there's something in cooking. Maybe they're planning a new gen collection of Metal Gear games. We don't really know. Of course, they have already been released in collections. So yeah, but then again, there's also Metal Gear games that perhaps haven't been released through those collections, like really older games. After all, this is called the Metal Gear Collection. So you know. Doesn't necessarily mean that there has to be a solid in the name of the games that are in the package.
That is true. But could you see them do the Metal Gear stuff, like not the Metal Gear Solid? Could you see them go back to Metal Gear, not Metal Gear Solid, and release that again?
Well, I mean, this is a collection, so I could see them including things like those. I can see them including things like the acid games, or just to flesh out the collection.
And it's also, we're in a new console generation. We got all those HD remakes. We're gonna get a lot more of those, I think, because it is an easier way of making money, maybe, for them.
It is, and the Phantom Pain is probably not gonna hit next month. You know what I mean?
That's a good way of building up the hype as well, and
and also, for Konami, they have been sort of in a little bit of a rut, and these collections have been doing good business for them. So I'm sure it's something that, from a publisher point of view, they wanna get these things out and then make sure they can capitalize on those gains, because let's be honest, like in 5 years, the games that they've done in the last 5 years, there's not going to be a lot of collections that they can make out of that. So it's really now that they can do these collections of games that they maybe did 10 years ago. That's or 5 to 10 years ago, because the last 5 years, like I said, it's there's not as many games, and but I mean, maybe this collection would also include Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
Not impossible. Nice. So, yeah. But yeah, as always with Kojima, you never ever know if he's serious or if he's just playing jokes on you or what he's doing. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
All right, next story. Drive Club. That's one of the games I'm really looking forward to, actually.
Yeah. So the developers of Drive Club, Evolution Studios, have outlined their DLC plans for the game for the upcoming 12 months. And it sure is ambitious. You sort of expect this with racing games these days, that they'll get updates every month and all of that stuff. But at the same time, I don't think I've ever seen a game that's doesn't have any predecessor or anything like that outline a 12-month.
But don't you think it's also tying into the whole PlayStation Plus, getting a version of the game for free that they probably thought this in pretty early. They were like, okay, if we give away a version for free, then we need to have like a plan for DLC after to make up some money that way.
Yeah, but it, you know, they're gonna release like if you don't buy anything, you're gonna get 9 new cars and 11 free tracks up until June next year. That's quite a lot, you know. And they're also gonna add in dynamic weather system and photo mode in free updates. And then there's gonna be paid for DLC as well, which is car packs, tour packs, and livery packs, and those are gonna really flesh out the game a lot. You know, just looking at the numbers, you know, it sounds like there's gonna be more than 50% more of the game in June next year than it is at launch. So very sort of interesting thing. But yeah, they've outlined it. It wasn't actually the next 12 months. It's up until June that all of this is getting. So. And you can buy a season pass for I think it's 30 euros, and you get everything, all the paid for stuff. But the actual cost of that is more than twice. So the cost of the DLC for that they're releasing up until June is going to be way more than the game. So it's an interesting tact, and like you say, they got the sort of the three-stage rocket. They got the free version. Then you can upgrade that to the full version, and then you got DLC on top of that. So there's a whole economy there. If you really invest in Drive Club, you can spend a lot of money. But you can also invest a lot of time and pay absolutely nothing, and you know, apart from your PS Plus subscription, and still enjoy the game and enjoy the sort of the social aspects of it, and be part of a club and stuff. So interesting setup. We'll see how it plays out, and of course the most important thing is if the game is up to scratch or not. DLC for a game that's not popular is
and you sort of need people. Well, I guess if people get it for free, maybe that way it works a little bit. But people need to buy it and be into it. And I mean, there needs to be people playing it for the DLC really to work as well. Especially the social way they're setting it up.
Yeah, especially when it's such a big part of it is the online and social component.
But in that way, I think it's a smart game doing this with that this is the game they're giving away for free, because it means that we are going to get people in who's there for free, and people, maybe some of them are going to, you know, buy the full game.
Exactly. You're going to, you know, even though, you know, it's going to suck, of course, if people who pay for the game and have those 4 extra locations to drive in, if they don't find players to play with in those locations, but only in the free one, that'd be kind of sucky. But you know, I'm sure they have some ways of doing that, and there is a lot of hype about it as well. So maybe we're being worried about something that's we don't need to worry about. So
all right, next news story. Batman Arkham Knight has gotten a release date.
Finally. So we're getting Batman Arkham Knight on June 2nd next year. Of course, originally it was planned to release this fall, but they pretty quickly actually altered that and said no, it's going to be 2015.
I thought it was February, but I guess they hadn't announced it, or maybe there's just some.
They hadn't announced it. There were rumors of February. I think I'm not sure where those come from, how sort of accurate they were, if they were actually planning that, or I certainly think that Watch Dogs probably helped the decision like this. You know, I think that Watch Dogs proved that you can launch late May, early June, and do really well.
I will say my favorite game, Last of Us, same period as well.
Yes. But I think even Last of Us didn't have the sort of first day sales that Watch Dogs did. That was I think that shocked the market a little bit. Like you can release something as ambitious as that and make a killing in that time period. So I think that helped the fact, and I think that you know, it's one of those things. You always, you know, you always hear like, oh, we want them to finish the game. We want this to be the best game that can be. But of course, there are other pressures as well. But I think it's good that the whole calendar year is opened up, and that publishers realize they can make money all year round. That means that you can actually make concessions to make sure that the game is best. I think that
also just makes a lot more sense. Like if they put out all the games in November, then I'm gonna buy the games I'm gonna play in January on discount. Put one out in January full price, and I'll pay full price for it.
Yeah, and for me, it's also like, you know, I hate it that it's not just that, but you know, when the games that actually get released during the summer are sort of like, it's not the top level games. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, this is an okay game, but they're releasing it here because there's no competition. Yeah. You know, I'd rather see them space out the really big games, and so that you can play all of them. It's really painful when there's a real congestion, and some games you're missing out on some games that you really want to play because you don't have the time to do it at, you know, in November or October.
All right, we have 2 minutes left, so let's spend the last 2 minutes on Tokyo Game Show. That's next week.
Yeah. It's next week, and then of course last week we talked about some of the announcements that Sony made ahead of the show. As usual, and we should say this, there's no Nintendo at Tokyo Game Show. They haven't been there in many years. They don't usually do Tokyo Game Show. It's a shame, but that's the way it is. So we'll have to make do with, in terms of first parties, with Sony and Microsoft. And they've released their lists of games that will be playable on the floor. No major surprises there, really. It's games that we've known about. But it's going to be interesting to see if there's going to be 1 or 2 big announcements as well. Bloodborne is going to be playable on PlayStation 4. I think that's a big deal, and they're probably going to push that a lot. As for Xbox One, we do have D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die playable. One of very few Japanese titles for Xbox One, and dedicated sort of first-party stuff that Microsoft is doing for Japan. They're not really pushing it that hard. And we also learned this week that sales of Xbox One in Japan the first week was kind of abysmal. No surprise, because they're not really pursuing that market, and they've had a very difficult time before. So. No surprises with that, really. But yeah, I mean, Tokyo Game Show is I think that it's, you know, we really need to see something from Japan now that makes us sort of feel like they're rebounding and that they're taking a new gen seriously, because there's been so few games. I don't think, like, if you compare the number of Japanese games on PS4 and Xbox One to any other generation, you know, at this point, it's just ridiculous how few Japanese games there are. There are more Swedish games out on Xbox One and PS4 than Japanese games. I mean, that's the sort of, and you know, we need to see more of that, and that's both for there to be a big console market in Japan, and also, I mean, you know. I grew up on Japanese games. I want to see a lot of great Japanese games on my new console. So hopefully, you know, yes, there are. We can already see now from the list that there are a bunch of Japanese titles on the new consoles that will be there, and that is exciting. And you know, hopefully that's just the start of it, and that we'll see more, and probably or. Well, highly likely that's going to be on PlayStation 4 mainly, because you know, it is what it is. Games that are aimed for the Japanese home market mainly, they're not going to be very keen on going to Xbox One, I think. Yeah.
All right, Bengt, thank you for sharing your knowledge. Have a nice weekend.
Same to you, and I hope you enjoy the labors of surgery.
Well, we'll see. Thanks. Bye. All right. This is serious business. Move all the unnecessary stuff out of the way. And we'll get to some serious surgery. And you know, when you want to do surgery, it's all about the tools. And I'm thinking I'm ready. I have my tools right here. All right, I'm actually gonna restart let's see. I'm gonna restart the game. So we'll go from the top. I had like 5 minutes with it, and that's it.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine. It's not really a skill-based game, I think.
I would agree with that. I'm gonna disagree with the first part and say I'll be fine, and agree with that it's not a skill-based game.
Well, here we go.
And then I need the remote. All right. So as you might be able to see, if I hold up the controller, it's a little bit of a motion sensor stuff. And then you can twist, and then I can move the fingers. Let's see if I go over here. Oh, that was here. Yeah. So here and here and here. Yeah. All right. Trophies, 0 out of 56. So let's get this going. So Bob, he needs a heart transplant. Location, surgery. Performance, analysis incomplete. Well, let's try it.
Nick, do you have headphones plugged in or something? We're not getting game sound.
No, I do not.
So let's check the settings real quick.
On the PlayStation?
Yes.
All right. Stopping me in the middle of surgery. I don't know how I feel about that. Set to HDMI out. No headphones plugged in.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, I just had to scare it a little bit. All right, I just lost like 25 seconds of this, so that's gonna be my initial excuse if this goes wrong, when this goes wrong. All right, so if I do this, and then I need to like move it here and here. Yes, tipped it over, go down.
You're just gonna skip the anesthesia?
Well, fucking pen. I actually tried that before, and I don't know if what went wrong, but I ended up drugging myself instead. And that did not help the situation. Let's just say that. And if you have any smart tips, just keep them to yourself. All right, now. Oh.
Isn't there a hammer on the desk or something? I'm sure that would work quicker.
Yeah, but I'm not really worried about time. I'm worried about the time I tried this before. I didn't like. It wasn't the time that was the problem. It was me like him losing all his blood, and I think I'll be more.
Yeah, but his blood is also going down according to time.
Yeah, but it goes way down faster if you do something wrong. I found out. See if I like hit it wrong. I hate this one down here. That's being a bitch. All right, we're getting somewhere here. Oh, I don't want to hit there. Yes.
Oh, he's getting dangerously low.
I just dropped the saw instantly on the floor.
So wait, what are you actually replacing here?
The heart.
Ah, yeah, okay, so just get rid of everything else.
Yeah. I mean, I need to remove it to get into it, you know? Why is this stuck? That's... I think I can get to it like this?
Because the game is anatomically correct?
This game is many things. That is not one of them. So what do you think I should do here? I don't think I can get my hand...
Just grab it and rip it out, bro.
Yeah, but I can't. That's not possible.
Sure it is. Oh!
Well, I don't need that. Time is not important. And you don't have a like time in the top left corner, so it's not like... And also I think I might get a new Apple Watch, so that one is...
I'd be more worried about the blood level on the right side there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not too worried. I'm more worried about the lungs right now. Do I need to saw that thing? Now I lost the... You know what? Fuck it, let's give him some dope. Or maybe not. Maybe? Oh, I noticed how we didn't turn off notifications. I pushed the wrong buttons. I just dropped the syringe in there instead. You know what? This looks pretty good. Let's clean this bad boy up.
But you haven't changed hearts.
There's some sedative in there. Done.
The game disagrees.
Where's the
box on the table?
Where's the green thing? Yeah, I know, but like I've given up basically. That's what I'm trying to tell you. What if I put a cup in there to like keep the blood? Also, aren't you supposed to have like a nurse next to you, like helping and shit?
Or two hands?
Yeah. All right. So if I spend 5 minutes on this every time, we have a couple of tries. Strap in, people, because this is gonna be rough. But do you think do you honestly think I need to clean it up, or do you just think if I get the heart in there, then I'm good?
No, you just need to put the other heart in the place of the failed one.
So
grab that hammer, smash the ribs, get to work.
This is how a hammer works, right?
Yeah, it's the wrong end there.
Whoops, I don't think I need that hammer. Or do I? No, I don't need the hammer.
Grab that drill and, I mean, I know the chart reads that it's heart surgery, but let's go for brain surgery. Right in the eye.
Yes. There you go. That was what you wanted, right? You know, I feel like I'm more like a finesse kind of doctor. Oh, that was probably what I needed before. Dude, okay, restart. Do you really think the hammer is the way to go?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Have you played this shit?
Nope.
I don't like the idea of doctors using hammers.
Well.
I'm just gonna clean this table a little bit up. Go away with you.
Game devs made it face the wrong way.
Yep, bitches.
Okay, so he's not bleeding yet because you haven't touched him. So let's plan this out. You go whack, whack, whack with a hammer.
Well, first I need to. Oh, that what might have been a clutch move right there, because then I'm gonna move in.
No, come on.
I got it. Nope.
Use the opposable thumb.
Yes.
Okay, we got an extra watch there, but
I have the clock as well. Do you think that's gonna be?
Okay, just smash him.
But there's no like smash button.
This is rock surgery. Do you know what time it is?
You know, people wanted me to do another horror game. This is sort of it, isn't it?
Kind of in reverse. Okay.
I'm very,
Yes.
Dude, this is so clutch. I'm like a musician as well. All right, I can probably clean this up a little bit.
Oh, we got a bleeder over there though.
What?
Squirting
Oh yes.
blood.
Do you think I can like stop that maybe? Do you have like
it's gone.
Q-tips? Why don't I have shit to like throw in there to like stop the bleeding?
I don't think that's the point of the game. Yeah, just rip them out.
But that part
Rip
should be.
them out.
Yes!
Okay, I'll smash.
Dude, it's fucking working!
Just look at the concentration in his face.
Look! I fucking placed it better than the devs did. Notice the skill. You know, I'm gonna go saw for the last part.
This isn't cleanup simulator.
What the fuck is this shit?
Okay, he's halfway to death.
Yeah, so am I. See, this is where it goes wrong, I feel like. All right, quick.
Yeah, get the knife. Cut those out.
I can't. Fucking, it's stuck.
Knife him. Or just rip him out. Sure, it'll be fine.
Do you think, I feel like I need to remove some of the shit here to get into the heart.
No, just
Do you think I need to cut the heart out?
yeah. Oh yeah.
No, I just punctured the heart. Whoa! Trophy! Woo!
Oh, what?
I got a trophy. That's not failed. Fuck this shit, dude.
You were pretty close there.
I feel like the task should be more specifically described. I did perform a heart transplant. Dude, clutch plays right here.
Just tap it in. Tap it in.
See, I don't get why this should be a better solution. I'm just wrecking his ribs. I think simulator is a bad name. It should be Surgeon Arcade. This is more the Need for Speed of racers than Gran Turismo. I'm not sure I dare let go of the hammer right now.
Nearly there.
I think I'm gonna go do this. Dude, clutch plays right here.
Okay, we're halfway there. Now just rip out those lungs.
You think I can do that now? I'm not sure I can do it. Don't need that anymore. All right. We're in a good position here. How do you think I'm gonna get the heart out? Probably need to cut this, like...
I'd say get the other lung out of the way as well. And cut out the esophagus. Cut the heart free and then plop in the new one.
You're clearly not a doctor.
Close enough.
Let me think.
Yeah, we're down to half health.
I wonder if I should try to go for a scalpel or I should just try to rip this thing.
I think you need a scalpel for this. It seems to be attached to something.
Yeah, so the lungs though.
They're just like a sponge, you know. Rips right out.
Dude, this is the fucking...
Here
yes!
we go.
I might as well have fucking used a bread knife or some shit. Like, butter knife. Dude, give me this fucking shit and let me rip it out.
Yeah, just get it out of the way. Is it still attached?
I don't understand how I'm supposed to get into
It's stuck under a bone though.
Yeah, but how am I supposed to get into the fucking heart?
Just start slicing. You have to cut more. Get the saw in there. Get the saw.
That would be for bones. Fuck, dude. Did I get a knife? Yes, I did.
Perfect position.
Yeah, and this is where it all went wrong. Fucking get that shit out. Oh, I'm so close. Yes! Clutch, please. Give me the fucking heart. No! No!
Yes. Come on. Tap it in. Tap it in. That's good enough, right?
What do I need to do? Put the lungs back? Dude, don't fucking stay in there and give me a fucking break. Boom. All right, close enough. This is, I'll give him a sedative.
Get the other lung in there.
Dude,
Quick.
that's too late.
Well, at least
All
you
right,
have a good time.
I took some sedative. I'm done. Right? Good? Somehow I feel like I'm not gonna get a positive review on this. What?
Yeah, I got a trophy for being close enough, but yeah.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. I'll go to the menu and see if I can read some shit about this.
I mean, I think you were nearly there. The only thing that you needed to get was to get both lungs in there.
Do you think that's what I needed?
Yeah, maybe get the heart a bit more, you know, where the heart is supposed to be. But
it was where I was supposed to be. Maybe I could have turned it a little. It was totally where I was supposed to be.
A little bit.
It was more maybe the rotation of it that was missing. Oh, can I take some pills? Let me just...
Draw a dick butt.
That was some balls, maybe. All right. I think this, the heart, and remember his name is Bob. Okay, let's do it. Fuck this shit. Get this shit out of my way. Get this shit out of my way. You think hammer's the way to go again?
Yeah. I think, can't you just swing it with like great force or something?
No.
Like from the side?
I mean, it very much depends on how you grab it. Oh, Mike is probably gonna play Destiny now, that bastard.
But wait, try like angling it down and then move from side to side.
What do you mean angling it down?
Okay, now you're angling it up.
Yeah, but I can only like rotate it. Oh, clutch! There's not that level of precision in here.
We're being told in the chat, you only need to place the new heart to complete the mission. Lungs and ribs do not need to be replaced. So, like I said, I think it's a matter of tapping it into the correct position.
Then it was the rotation, I'm sure, because it was fucking where it needed to be.
I don't know where your heart is, man.
Well, I know where this guy's heart was to begin with, and I put it fucking there.
Well, there must be a reason you're changing his heart up.
Go away. I'm beginning to feel like just taking the chance and going for it. All right, maybe I'll fuck that thing. I need the. I think maybe actually, if I go here and then go away with you. Do you think it'll help giving him in the? No, I'm not gonna risk that. Don't hit myself. Don't hit myself. Don't hit myself. No! All right, now it might be a little bit more tricky. All right, fuck this. Start over. Do we agree on the hammer still? What? What was that? That is some fucking bullshit. All right, I need the hammer again.
I say we give you one more try, and then I wanna get a shake at it.
Well, I think either way, I would like to see you try. Fucking hammer is stuck, bitch.
Come on, Nick.
Dude,
We believe in you. Show us why you graduated first in your class. Yeah.
Get this shit away. And this shit away. I don't see how the fuck you're supposed to do that.
But you did it before.
Yeah. But I don't see the logic in it. Now I got fucking sedative and shit. Why do you have shit that makes me look all weird? Why don't I fall asleep? If someone is having surgery on me, I wouldn't get anything out of just looking at funky colors. Yes! Give me that. Give me that. This is flesh. This should fucking cut.
Oh, losing blood fast now.
Yeah, I know, but like, I don't get this. I guess you do need the scalpel or something.
You wanna switch?
Sure.
Come over here.
I think you have to cut that vein in 2 places. Yeah, maybe. Come over here then. Ugh.
Okay. First time I've touched this game. Oh, it works like this as well. Okay. This seemed to work a bit better. Oh, that was the wrong button. Guess I won't be needing that anymore. Okay, let's get this bones out of here. And this, can I get the lung now? No. Oh, okay, let's see. Okay. That worked okay. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. This can't be safe. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. It's losing blood fast now. Come on. No. Come on. That must have been close, right? Okay, let's do this again. I think actually I'll do better with this. Yeah, Nick, I'm sorry for leading you astray earlier. I don't think the hammer was the choice after all.
I don't know. I actually think it is, because you're losing way more blood like that. It's way easier with that. Turn it off. I think I think it actually is, because see how much blood you're using now? You don't have time to get through it at all.
I will see.
So that was the problem. You're almost, even when you then get to like getting the heart out, like you're out of blood already. Which I don't like, because it's more logical to cut it like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not free. Didn't I cut all of them?
No, not the top one. The top ones. And you're dead now.
Yeah, okay. This was not the correct way.
The main thing for me is more, it's when you get to the, like, actually getting the heart out. That's really hard. Like, you need that fucking, there's things in the way after.
Yeah. Okay, back to brute force.
Also, that using the hammer is easiest just to like stick it in there and then move it around instead of actually using it like a hammer.
Let's see, what do we have here? Oh. Relax. Okay.
Also, why does he wear a watch when doing surgery?
Great question. Oh yes, here we go. Or maybe not. Yes. Here we go. Got our hammer. Oops. Come on. Nope. His hand turned all the way around there. Okay. Sorry about your liver. I'll replace it next time. I'm low on blood. I don't think I'll make it this time either.
But you actually have a pretty good chance because you're not losing blood that fast. You have quite a bit of time.
Sure, it'll change right around.
Yeah, for people wondering, I'm behind the camera now.
Oh, still 4 milliliters per second. Guess not a lot of blood goes to the lungs. Okay, now how do we do this smart? Let's get our precision instruments. A little bit further. Is it free? I think it's free.
I don't think you need to cut the heart. You just need to cut that. I don't know what that's called. In this
the esophagus.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get in here.
So I just ripped the heart out. Did you get the heart? Yeah. You actually did give him drugs this time, right?
Yeah.
Damn, nice.
I think I got this. Exactly. Okay, so continue to the next thing. What? No. No.
Oh, that was amazing.
Okay. Wait, I got a D? Wait, why can't I? I want to play a game within a game. Get in there. Okay, I'm just gonna punch it. Oh, okay, controls. Let's see what other discs we have here. Britannia 88. Looks enticing. Get it. Okay. How to flip this over. Okay, if I drop it like this. How hard can this be? Come on, just get in there. Actually, can't turn my hands the way that I want to, so. Oh! Fuck. So that's gone. What is this phone call? I can't hear what they're saying. Anything important, Nick?
We can't hear you.
See if I can make a call here. No. Nine.
Can you try to find the next level?
I know there are some levels hidden here on this desk. So I think that the disc that I just dropped, that was a level, for example. No.
But shouldn't there be like another page or something? I don't know, man. Yeah, like, can you choose something there?
Oh!
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry. So, a kidney transplant. In the chat, call 911, that's what I was trying to do. Double kidney transplant, okay. This can't be that difficult, I already did a heart. Let's see my instruments here. Emergency stop, I got a drill, saw. Over here, my trusty hammer. Ooh, and this lovely.
Yeah, for people asking, I think the desk resets every time you go back to it, so you should be able to do those things another time.
Yeah.
Like call and do the disk.
So, I need to get underneath these, right? Yeah, I think so.
I'd say rip them out. In my experience, like whenever you start cutting shit, that's when the bleeding goes crazy.
I'm still just at, okay, 5 milliliters per second. Let's see if that did the trick. Nope. Shit. No. Okay, what can I do? Yep. Come on. Don't hit the sides. Seems to be something else loose here. Maybe I can just grab that. Won't really need that liver, will he? Okay, what's in here? Can't get my arm all the way out to the side here, so. It was eye surgery, right? Yeah. My main problem there was dropping my trusty knife, so.
Let me give it a go before we end.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, try using those.
But I can't fucking open this shit. This is useless.
I'd say the big knife.
The what?
The knife there with the knuckle duster on it.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't like that. Where's the saw?
On your right.
It's like hidden.
No, on your right.
I want this one.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I can tell it's not upping the blood loss ratio there unless you hit something you're not supposed to, i.e. the sides or that liver over there.
Yeah. No, I can't even let go of that. Yeah. Scalpel might be the way to go. All right.
It's a bit harder to get through the intestines.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do it. All right, but it's 6 o'clock too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's it for today. Next week, Monday, I'll be playing The Sims. We'll see if someone will join me. Tuesday is not locked in. Wednesday we'll be playing. I love the hand is turning in the game. Assassin's Creed. We're actually playing Assassin's Creed 1. We're going to do a series on that. We're starting Wednesday with Assassin's Creed 1. We should have some Assassin's Creed experts in here to help us explain the whole story behind them. So we'll play through 1, 2, 3, 4 Black Flag, and then finally Unity, of course. Thursday is the plan to do a raid in Destiny. So we'll see if we can get together 6 people who is high enough level. And then Friday is news and GR Friday nights. I think we're starting out on PS3. I'll come back to you on that. So back with GR Friday nights, we're playing Ghosts.
Yeah, but go sign up on facebook.com/GR Friday nights.
I'll post that on Monday, that info. So yeah, have a nice weekend and thank you for watching. Peace.